What's up, everybody? Tom Pelissero here in Mankato on an absolutely scorching day. The Vikings trimmed down practice today. The tempo was lower. The morning session cut very short. The afternoon session, they actually didn't even put on their helmets to go through team drills. Basically had one long jog-through session. I don't know the exact heat index or exactly what the temperature was during the height of both practices, but I can tell you this. This is not pleasant. This is pretty miserable. For a team that doesn't actually have to play a real warm weather game, there's absolutely zero point in coming out here and trying to bang these guys around in this heat, especially with the preseason opener only 5 days away. A couple of notable things today. Percy Harvin not back with the team. We had expected he would be back today, and I think Brad Childress also expected that Harvin would rejoin the team today. We're now at 9 days, 15 practices that Percy Harvin has missed since the passing of his grandmother. But Brad Childress has made very clear that he's learned from the past. And as he said, the thing I've learned is everybody grieves differently. It's a pretty direct nod to what happened with Troy Williamson back in 2007 when Childress initially fined Williamson a game check for missing a game while attending to his grandmother's funeral and final arrangements. That fine was eventually rescinded. But it's real clear that while Childress really wants Harvin back, and this absolutely is an unusual amount of time to miss for the death of a relative, they are going to take this lightly. They are going to give, or not take it lightly, but go lightly on Harvin. They're not going to publicly come out and demand that he returns to the team. They're not going to admonish him. They're going to give him the time it takes to come back. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Percy Harvin doesn't rejoin the team in Mankato. We may not see him until after the first preseason game, which would be the Monday after, which would be August 16th. That's a really long time for him to have off, and you wonder for a guy who only was there for 3 days of off-season practices too, the mandatory mini camp, what sort of game shape he's in. Because he's not going to be in game shape. There is going to be a transition process. Wouldn't surprise me at all if we don't see Percy Harvin until the third preseason game at this point. Also, we're going to be going pads on Tuesday morning, the final live tackling session. Two things I'm interested to see in that. Number one, Adrian Peterson, who has looked good since he came back. It's always tough to tell when you're not in a live tackling situation exactly what a guy looks like on the field. But since Peterson came back from that hamstring injury that's sidelined for a week, he has looked like he has that spring in his step. He has looked like Adrian Peterson. We'll have to see if coaches allow him to go out there and be tackled. And on the other side of the ball, whether or not E.J. Henderson will be allowed to tackle. That's probably going to play a key role in deciding whether Henderson even gets a series in the preseason opener at St. Louis. If I'm the coaching staff, I'm probably going, we're going to take one more week. There's 8 days between the opener and the August 22nd preseason game in San Francisco. Let's take one more week, make sure Henderson's up to speed, and then make the decision of whether or not he's ready to come back. At the same time, I fully believe that Henderson, in the end, is going to be ready to start the season opener September 9th at New Orleans. Back tomorrow again, and hopefully we get some clouds or some rain or something. Something's got to cool this thing down. See ya.